Rachel. It's so good to
Montana.
see you.
Thank you. It's so good to see you too. How are you How have you been?
Doing well. Oh my gosh, I love seeing your face. We have to remind people now how we met because we're doing a little short mini coaching session. But would you like to tell the story of how we first met each other?
Yes, I would love to. I was looking for topics that can help me to speak in confidence, because that has been a major problem for me. I came across the TEDx talk, and here was Montana. She was the coach. She was talking about talking in confidence, being the boss. You pose like a boss, and I
Yeah.
was so interested to hear more about her. So I looked for her on YouTube. I didn't find her. So I said, where can I find this lady? So I went to LinkedIn, and I looked at her and I found her, and I contacted and I told her, I really loved your speech, and I wished that you would be on the YouTube so that I can be your follower. And that's how we connected. And she said, sure, can we meet online? And they were like, yes. And that's how we started. And that's where we are right now.
Yes. And when I received your beautiful message, it inspired me to try this whole
Yeah.
YouTube channel. So thank you for inspiring me. So let's move to a little bit of coaching. So if
Yes.
somebody is watching and they're thinking, okay, I watched the TED Talk or TEDx talk to be precise, and I want to know, how do you apply some of these techniques? That's what I'm hoping to do here, right? Is ask you to bring a communication, a presentation, anything that you have coming up, and then I can coach you a little bit, and people, the audience, can see how to apply some of these techniques. Would you like to do that?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Cool. Do you have anything coming up that any speech or presentation?
Yes, I have a ministry of the women's ministry where they meet every Friday. And sometimes it becomes difficult for me to talk to them. So I was wondering if I can give a speech just to encourage them.
Yes, I would love to help you work on that. Now, let's remind everyone you work for Love for Kenya, and it's a.
Yes.
Would you like to introduce the?
Yes, let me start with my name first. My name
Sure.
is Rachael Ranogwa, and I'm the director of the women's ministry, working with Love for Kenya. And Love for Kenya is an organization that helps women in time of need.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I love that. And I love helping you to support that. So now tell me, you meet with them weekly, right? And so
Yes,
maybe this coming meeting, you're going to give them a little pep talk.
yes, just a quick speech, and
Cool. All
and
right. Well, would you like to share what you've prepared for that?
yes, let me try. And if it has anything, like I haven't said anything correctly, please will you help me to like correct it? So,
Okay, absolutely. I'm here for you. You can start whenever you're ready.
so Mhm. Good morning, mamas. I'm glad to see you today. Uh, yeah, you.
That's okay. I know. I heard ding dong. That's okay. It
Yeah, it's my phone. It's my phone.
I think let's pause for a moment and go back to the beginning. What were you telling yourself? Like what message was coming into your mind just before you began speaking?
I, in my mind, I was thinking of how I want to encourage these women, because most of them they have gone through a lot. So I was just trying to look for a statement that can be able to make them like be encouraged.
Were you worried about saying what you were going to say, or were you just simply searching for the words?
So in my mind, I would like to talk about resilience, like coming back, like after going all through that hardship, and then you bounce back and you move on. So in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. How to encourage them, like
That's one of the reasons it can be so helpful to figure out what is your first sentence and really nail it down. When you get a little more confident with what your first sentence is, then you won't have to sit there worrying about it. That's one thing that will help. And we can do that. But first, I want to try something with a new silent sentence, just a little mindset adjustment, just to see what happens. Like, what do you actually want to do for these women? You said inspire. Would you add anything to that?
I would like to uh, hear about their needs and working together with them to get a plan on how we can be able to inspire them and empower them so that they can have hope for the future. Because some of them, when their partners died, everything changed.
Yeah.
Their lifestyle, their income, the routine.
It's so important that they receive this help. Now, what if that, just the first part of what you said, I want to hear about what they need. What if that was the silent sentence or the silent instruction? And it isn't at all about what words am I going to say, but it's about them. I want to hear about what they need. Shall we try that? Like, let's just try that, and then you can start again. And I'm just curious what that might do. So I want to hear about what they need. Now imagine them out there. Say that silently to yourself, and then begin speaking out loud.
So should I start from greeting them, or I start with the speech?
Yeah, start back at the beginning. But before you start speaking out loud, what are you going to say in your mind?
What are their needs? How can we
How can we
help
help
them?
them?
How can we inspire them? How?
It's like putting the spotlight on them. And right now in your mind's eye, in your imagination, see them. You're thinking, how can I help them? What do they need? Breathe and wonder about what they need. Breathe and wonder about what could inspire them. Breathe. Go.
Good morning, mamas. I hope you're doing fine. I'm glad to see you today, and your presence encourages me. And I would really like to hear your stories. I really like to hear what you need so that we can work together as a team and see how we can build each other and how we can inspire each other and how we can give you hope for the future.
That's it. It's beautiful. That was beautiful. What did you notice?
It's like it's changing completely. It's like I'm speaking it from my heart. It's like it's different. It's starting to change differently. So
This is the trick about mindset and what I call the silent sentence, which is essentially just what are you telling yourself silently? Either before you begin speaking, during speaking, sometimes you have that, other dialogue or chatter in your mind while you're speaking. I do too, right? It's noticing what is that and asking, is that helping me or hurting me? And by the way, both times when you said, hi, mamas, you had a beautiful smile and sunshine came out. But both times. But that moment before, the truth is the mamas in the group, they see that too. They experience the silent moment before you begin to greet them and gather them. It affects everything. It allows you to speak from the heart. It allows you to find the words in the moment that you need. It also just, I don't know, did it feel different to you?
yeah, the way you have said it, you have explained it so well. Like when I want to talk to them in my mind, it's like I want them to feel the warmness. I want them to feel like they are not alone. There's other people who are there to just support them, just encouraging them with words and support, moral support. So in my mind, I want them, when I am talking, they at least see that they in their life there is hope. Like, not everything has stagnated. It's like there is hope.
And you know what? You naturally put that in your speech, and it was
Yeah.
beautiful. And the other part of the magic, I think, is when you make your instruction to yourself, your silent sentence, when you make it about them, it takes the pressure off of you because you take the spotlight off of you, right? And you put it on them. You shine the light on them. Well, I think that's a great place to leave it. Is there anything that I can, like, if I were to make a quick video on social media and it was just for Rachael, a tip for Rachael, what question would you want me to answer?
How do you, like, if you start a conversation, if you want to start, how will you summarize it? Because the challenge I'm having, it's when maybe I start talking, you don't know how you can end your conversation. And I find myself talking a lot, like repeating a lot of sentences. So I would like to know how you can do the introduction, how you can, like, just a conversation that has, it's a short one, but you
Mhm.
have delivered all the things that you want, the points that you are, and also the audience, they have received it and understood.
Those are three things, and those are great. And I'll give you a quick, short answer right now. The last one, how to know if the audience has received it and understood. The answer is you don't, usually. You can't control other people, right? So you can't, like, um, make them understand or make them receive. You can invite them to this information. You can invite them to this offer of hope
Mm-hmm.
and help, but it is their choice, right? Whether they decide to accept it and receive it. With understanding, you can sometimes, of course, you don't want to do it too much, but you can check in with your audience and say, are there any questions or are you following? But sometimes you don't know. But if you give them opportunities, like offering them a Q&A possibility, or maybe they could all take a moment to write down their questions and submit them if they want it to be anonymous. You can do things like that. Back to you said, how do I stop myself from rambling or talking too much? Do I have that right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. I do it too. I think it's a skill, though, that you can practice. And all you need to do is know that you are in charge of your own ending. So if you feel yourself doing it, just say, all right, Rachael, find an ending, find a conclusion.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't have to be some grand conclusion, right? It can just be simply, maybe they ask you a question of, like, how do I get on the wait list to get my roof fixed, right? And you say the answer, here's how you get on the wait list. And then maybe you give a few details as needed. And then here it comes. Are you ready for the big conclusion?
Yes.
And that's how you get on the wait list. Period. Right? Like,
It's like you've been in Kenya, you have seen the women. How do you know they're in the wait list? Like, have a wait list, really, for sure.
I was just guessing. I was just guessing.
But you're right. Apparently, you're right. Because most of them, they ask me, when are you coming to assist me with the roofing? And I'm like, you wait, your time will come.
Okay. And then your other question, wait, remind me. Oh, was it
The-
about the silent sentence?
Yes, the silent. This
Tell me.
I call it the secret.
And you're wondering, how do you make one by yourself?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and by the way, you can call it whatever you want. It's a silent sentence, it's a secret sentence, but essentially what it is choosing what to tell yourself. And so the first step is noticing, what am I currently telling myself? Especially when something isn't going the way you want it to, or if you're worrying about something in the future. But certainly, like in this moment, when we tried the intro and I saw, before you began speaking, I saw that moment of where you stopped breathing and a little bit of hesitation and maybe a little bit of worry. That's why I wanted to go right there. What are you telling yourself? Yeah, and you can do this for yourself. Watch a video of yourself doing your intro, and any part of it that doesn't seem to be what you want it to be ultimately, go back and think, well, what was I telling myself at that moment? What was being broadcast in my brain in that moment? Then you have some choices there. When you notice what you're telling yourself, you can go down a practical road. Like for your example, I wonder what words I should say, or I wonder what to say in the beginning. You could right there go, is there anything I can do practically to solve that? And the answer is yes. You can just stop rehearsing for a moment, spend a little bit of time creating the sentence, maybe writing it down, maybe saying it a few times to get the sentence that you want for your opening. Then you go back, do it again, video it, watch it like, okay, did that solve the problem? And maybe it will. And then there you go, the end. Or if you look at it and you see like holding your breath, or it's just not what you want it to be, then you need to go, okay, what am I telling myself? And could I make a better instruction for myself? And then you
Wow.
just have to experiment with it. So instead of, I want, I wonder what words I'm going to say. You know what I immediately asked you? Do you remember? I said, what do you want to do with this communication?
Hmm.
Therein
Yes.
usually lies the answer. You were like, the first thing you said, I think, was, I want to find out what they need. And I was like, bingo, that's it. Or at least it's one to try, right? Instead of, I need to find the right words, or I'm wondering what words, it's, what do you need? I'm wondering what the audience needs. So then I said, okay, let's try that. And then when you are seeing them, imagining them here, and really focusing, instead of focusing on, yourself, like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? You focused on them just by changing that little silent sentence from, I wonder what I'm going to say, to, I wonder what they need.
I mean, okay.
It's such a small shift but with a huge, huge impact. And if that one's not working, try a different silent sentence. I will tell you, if it has more to do with the audience, like getting the spotlight off of you and onto the audience, it usually tends to go better. It's more effective. Questions about that?
You've answered it so well. Thank you.
I will work on making a shorter version. I wonder if I can make like the shortest version possible of how to make a silent sentence. Let's see. So, okay, let's practice.
Mm.
Ask me the question in the shortest way possible, and I will try to answer in the shortest way possible.
Montana, how do you make a silent sentence?
You start by figuring out what it is that you want most. What is the overall purpose of this communication? And then you put that into one sentence. The shorter, the better. Then you say that silently to yourself before you begin speaking, and again, anytime you need it. Now, a good silent sentence usually needs to be true. It must be possible or within your control, and constructive, right? So If you're bicycling, you're learning to ride a bicycle, right? And you say, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, right? That's kind of like, don't do the bad thing. It's not a constructive thought, right? And in fact, you're focusing yourself on the crash. So you're like, don't crash, crash, right?
Yes.
Then I go, well, wait, what do you want to do? Well, let's see. I want to get to the end of the street. Okay. So the new silent sentence is cycle to the end of the street, cycle to the end of the street, cycle to the end of the street. Ah, cycle to the end of the street. Here I am at the end of the street. There you go. Have fun making many of them. That's the other trick. You don't have to make just one. Make one, try it, throw it out or adjust it, try another one and see what happens.
So you can have more than one silent sentences?
Yes, you can definitely have more than one. I have many. My current silent sentence for coaching, like when I come into a Zoom room or walk onto a stage, my silent sentence is, let's grow. Let's grow together. Let's grow and learn together. If I'm an MC at a circus show, I'll say, let's play. Maybe for yours, and it could be, let's work together to get you the help you need. There's something about let's. Let's is very inviting, I think. It's like, let's play. Let's grow. Let's learn. Let's work on this problem of your leaky roof together.
You're such a great speaker, Montana. I wish I could be. My mind could be that wide and and
Well,
just be able to express myself the way you're expressing it. You're expressing so
thank
well.
you. Thank you for saying
Yeah.
that. And I will tell you, this is not how I used to think about it. It took a long time of studying and practicing and trying things. I've been building this habit for years and years and years, so many years. So I'm giving you the shortcut. Yeah, and for now, all you need to do is grab one, any of the ones that we tried today. Let's work on this together. Or it could be, I want to hear about what you need. And you just write that at the top of your paper. I usually put it in parentheses just to remind myself, this is a silent sentence. I'm not intending to speak it out loud. Though, you know what? I loved how you incorporated it into your spoken part of your speech. That I thought that also really worked. You don't have to do that. It can just be something you keep a secret and you say only silently to yourself. But I also sometimes bring those words in. I'll use the word invite because I know that reminds me, right? And reinvite and reinvite and reinvite, So I will even say, I invite you to try this first exercise, so throughout my speech or presentation, I will often add in those cue words that are really constructive. So I
Yeah.
love how you did that. But ultimately what I'm talking about is just how do you talk to yourself? First and foremost, kindness and constructive talk to yourself so that you set yourself up for success, but also you're aligned with why you're doing this and what you actually want to do here. I could talk about this for days, but I think this is a good place to wrap it up. You feeling good?
Yeah.
You feel like you have
Yes,
a
very
way
good.
to practice this and work on it?
Yes, I'll be working on it, and then maybe next time I'll come and just give out the speech of how combining of what I've learned this week, and then next week I'll be back with my speech.
Love
And
that. I love it.
I'll
Yes.
be I'll speak like a boss and pose like a boss.
Yes. And we can work on that too, all the little technical things that are helpful. But I think it would be such a great experiment for you as your homework assignment, if you will, to go and try some silent sentences and see which one really seems to work best for you. Go try it at your women's group this Friday.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's a great place to leave it. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
me
too.
today and helping everyone to hear how do you walk through this. It's so,
Thank
so
you.
lovely of you to help all of us in this way. Rachel, thank you.
Yes. Thank you too. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Until next time, see you. Bye.
Bye bye.